Hi guys, welcome back to La Lucha's Roll podcast. I'm your host Edith,
And I'm Angel.
and we're back again. Dun, 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 dun.
This is gonna be a real short episode,
Yeah,
like very short.
pre-recorded, guys. I am living my best life right now. Well, maybe by this time I'm already back, but
We'll see.
Yeah,
Oh no, I think you are back.
yeah, I think I will be back, but it's just gonna be like I'm back on the day that this
Like
goes out.
mentally, you're not gonna be back.
Yeah, exactly. I have to get myself back because I start my job pretty soon after this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like we said, it's gonna be a short episode. We wanted to bring you guys something that you guys really liked from two previous episodes that we recorded. We did the "Am I the Asshole?" and you guys really liked that. So, we're gonna give it to you again. Aquí estamos.
Okay. So let's just jump right into it. Actually, before I say that though, or before we get into it, submit your Chisme. I want to know if you guys have any am I the asshole?
Yeah, or
stories.
any Chisme.
Yeah, or any Chisme. Actually, yeah. Okay, now for real, we can jump into it.
Okay, you want to start?
Yeah, hold on. I'm just gonna scroll and then see where I land.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Oof.
Okay.
Oh, this is a long one. Okay. Am I the asshole for leaving my boyfriend while he's planning our future?
Well, I mean, everybody's, I guess, if you leave somebody and they're really into it.
Okay.
Go.
I, 30 female, moved over 1,000 or 100. I don't know. Miles away from my family to be with my 31 male boyfriend, John. I honestly was in the worst way back home. Okay, she can't write. Was in the worst way back home after losing my mother unexpectedly a few months prior and wanted to escape and start over. I began dating John, who offered me to come move in with him for a fresh start and change scenery. I took him up on the offer, leaving my 2 jobs and nursing school behind to take the summer and reestablish myself somewhere else. I set up arrangements for my 7-year-old son to stay with me, to stay with my family until school began, and I was established in this new home I was building. Unfortunately, red flags started to appear everywhere with a week of moving into his place. I was shocked to learn that the key did not work after returning to the apartment after a long day of job hunting. John stated he did not know what was going on, but he would figure it out in the morning. We stayed in the entire night inside of the apartment. The next day, I find out that he is behind on rent and would soon be evicted. I did not understand why he would invite me into this chaos. He assured me that he fixed everything and we received the new keys to the apartment. A few days later, he stated at dinner that he had something to share with me and did not want me to be upset. He confessed to having a 3-year-old child who had a deranged mother. He explained that it was eating him up inside and that he could no longer keep this from me. I instantly knew this move was a big mistake. Who was this guy and what the hell have I done? Oh, dude, this is giving resuscitas, like who the fuck did I marry? I told him this was a lot to process and I would like to go home over the weekend for Mother's Day to think and be surrounded by family. He supported this, and the next day I headed back home. When there I had plans to just stay, but this being his first Mother's Day without my mother and the air at home felt a little heavy with grief. That accompanied with his talk off change. And honestly, going forward, I returned to Texas. When I arrived, John surprised me with a car to be able to really get things accomplished in such a big city. I was excited and felt as if we were making great progress after a rough start. One day after leaving the gym, I left my wallet and necklace with my mother's ashes in the center console of my new car as I returned home to shower. After my shower, I headed back to the car to run errands, only to find that the car was gone. Come to find out, he never purchased the car. It was a rental that was far overdue and it had been towed. I was I was overwhelmed, stressed, and hurt. We had a huge argument when I screamed, I hate you. That must have been a trigger, and like a switch, began screaming the worst of the worst things to me before taking off. Unfortunately, everything got the best of me, and I attempted to unalive myself. I was hospitalized for a week, and my family was finally aware of most but not everything that was going on. They wanted me to fly home, but unfortunately, I still have my wallet. And refused to leave without my mother's ashes. John picked me up from the hospital with hopes of us having a clean slate. I, on the other hand, am silently planning my exit. He purchased land to build us a home and even proposed to me. I said yes, just because I don't want to put out into the streets because I don't want him to put me out into the streets prior to me having my things to return home. I am working with rental company on retrieving everything, and they have been great. I should have everything I need by Friday at the latest. He has told everyone he knows that we're getting married and has even scheduled venue tours for this afternoon. Am I the asshole for going along with everything while I am secretly halfway out the door? Should I just be better than him and tell the truth? Please help. I feel as if my judgment has been off since my mother's death. Girl, you have until Friday, and then you can just peace the fuck out. Cause this man is weird.
Yeah, he's really weird.
That is going as far as getting a rental car and telling your significant other that you got them a car.
First off, he didn't even tell you he had a son.
Yes. And then he's on the verge of getting evicted. Like, this sounds like he wanted a roommate because he couldn't fucking afford rent or something.
I don't know. This just sounds weird. Like,
I personally do not think you're an asshole because this man is weird as shit. Like, you're about to be on another episode of Crime Junkies.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm like, first of all, the fact that he just, like, when she said, oh, I hate you, and he kind of
like triggered
him and he went off on her and stuff like that. I don't know. I wouldn't even be there.
Yeah.
I don't even want to stay there.
As I said, you have until Friday to get your mom's shit, and then you just disappear.
Yeah, honestly.
Like, goodbye, sir.
I know.
I
don't know.
Girl. These are the kinds of stories that you initially hear, and then, like, people will be like, why didn't you leave?
Why didn't you?
Girl, honestly though, I don't blame her. Like, because she's probably also like, okay, first of all, she's like, I don't want to get kicked out. I get it. That is kind of shady, you know. And if the guy was like a good person, that would be like, yeah. But like, also like, you're probably scared because like, what if you fucking did tell him you're halfway out the door and then this man like loses his shit?
Yeah.
Like,
she's doing it out of fear. You just give me no.
What do you guys think? Comment down below.
Let us know. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
This one's a long one, actually. I opened it, but I really want to read it. Am I the asshole for breaking up with my boyfriend for losing weight? Yeah.
Oh.
Me, 21 female, and my boyfriend, 24 male, have been dating for 3 years. When I met my boyfriend, he was going through his weight loss journey himself. And while it was really impressive, he was bigger than me when we met. I was weighing in at like 195 at that time. During early stages of our relationship, he would always hint to me to lose weight also, saying how healthy it would be to lower the weight, and that he feels so much better, and I would too if I tried to lose weight. I hadn't mentioned or previously thought about losing weight at this point, and when he would bring it up, I told him I didn't really want to, but eventually the constant talk of it from him pushed me to. Mm-hmm. I started to lose weight, and quite successfully, which seemed to aggravate him a little. As in, when I dropped the size and wanted to buy some new clothes, he said I was being dramatic and I could totally fit into those clothes I had. This hurt me because while I wasn't necessarily doing it for him, I thought he would be happy for me since he wanted me to do this. I think also I think what also annoyed him was because his progress slowed down a lot, and he's also started to gain back weight. I didn't mind, but he did, which further annoyed him. Now recently, I'm quite skinnier than before, and I guess that makes me more conventionally attractive, according to him, or whatever bullshit. I don't agree. I very much like the way I looked before, and sometimes when I look in the mirror, in the mirror myself now, I feel a little hollow. Anyways, it's made him very insecure to the point where he doesn't like it when I go out with him. In fear I'll cheat on him or find someone else to fall in love with. Honestly, this fear has sorry, I'm trying to like autocorrect at the same time. This fear of his was incredibly draining, especially when he was the one pushing me to lose weight in the first place. I'm also the type of person to date someone with the intent to marry. And if he was this insecure about me potentially cheating on him when I have shown no signs of wanting to, then I couldn't do it, so I broke up with him. I told him I didn't like how insecure he was being, but he blew up about it and started getting angry, saying things like, I would never look the way I did now if it weren't for him. That it was for a normal guy to be protective over his girlfriend. It's normal for a guy to be protective over his girlfriend. That only cemented my decision, and this wasn't going to work out, so I left him. However, my friends are saying that was kind of assholey, especially when I knew how insecure he was about his own weight. I understood the point. He used to get bullied for his weight, but I wasn't breaking up with him because of the weight. But now I'm thinking maybe I could have handled it better. Am I the asshole?
Nope. This man showed a lot of red flags. A lot of red flags.
Hell no.
This man was a fucking narcissist who was projecting a lot of his insecurities onto you.
Basically. It was all projection. Like, that's... Ooh, no. Like, first you get with the man, imagine...
At first, he's, like, telling you to lose weight.
You should lose weight.
It'll be healthy. Like, you feel... Like, I feel like, in a way, he was kind of, like, rubbing it in your face. Like, he's kind of, like, pleading that, like, he's doing better because he's fucking losing weight. And then once you actually start losing weight, then he's, like, over here making little comments like, oh, you don't need to buy new clothes. You still fit. You're being dramatic. Because he's trying to downplay your fucking progress.
Yes, he is. Oh, no.
And then he's upset because of, like, his, like, obviously, like, he's not even losing weight anymore. He plateaued. He started gaining. And now, I know, I see that shit, too. Go back. What's it called? So, yeah, it was all fucking projection. It's like, this is a man who does not know how to regulate his emotions.
Yeah. No, he's incredibly insecure. Incredibly insecure.
I think he dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
Girl, no.
No, I would have been out there when he said, oh, you should lose weight, especially when you first started, like, dating.
Yeah. But also, like, okay, this is a good question. Let's say you're with somebody, and it's never really been, like, about the weight or anything, but, like, let's say you're, like, genuinely concerned about somebody's weight.
Yeah.
How do you talk to them about it without coming off, like...
I think to have that conversation, I think you could talk to them about that, but not at the fucking beginning when you decided to date them looking like that, you know?
Yeah.
Or like how they are.
Yeah.
You get me? Like it.
But
you're gonna go into a relationship. You're telling me you're gonna go into a relationship and be like,
hey, you should lose weight.
Day 2, you should lose weight. And I'd be like, well, okay, I can lose weight, but I'm out because you're ugly as fuck.
I'd be like,
I was just doing volunteer
I'm about to lose 180 pounds right now. We're over.
Yes, exactly. I think maybe like when you're like, in more years and maybe like some weight was gained or something like that, and maybe it is like causing you health issues.
Yeah.
I think there's a way you could say it without maybe hurting the other person.
You get a whole intervention story. I'm just kidding. Yeah. I'd be pissed as fuck if someone fucking did an intervention.
Yeah, me too.
I'd be like, first of all, why are you putting me on blast in front of all these fucking people? You could
just fucking talk to me.
Yeah.
You could have just talked to me.
Fucking interventions?
Don't do that shit.
I'm not a fan of interventions.
No, me either. I will literally just sit there and be like, okay, I get it. and just fucking leave.
And be like, well, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and fuck you even the most.
No, but yeah, definitely red flag.
I don't think she's an asshole at all.
No, I don't think so either.
That was... Girl, I'm just seeing all the red flags as she's writing this out. Okay, I found another one.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for breaking up with my emotionally dependent girlfriend? Me, 21 male, and my girlfriend, 20 female, have been dating for 2 months, and we were seeing each other 4 months prior to it. She is the type who wants company when she's sad. I'm kind who wants to be left alone. She has only 2 very close friends, unfortunately, and I've always been happy about her friendships. Okay. She's very caring, but I feel like she has become too emotionally dependent on me. She has stopped talking to her friends properly and wants to talk to me. She's been having unaliving thoughts since months, and I have tried to help her in every way that I could. I have taught her therapy exercises. I have listened to her for hours, and I've always known the right things to say. She has told me this and that I always know how to make her feel better. Recently, I told her to take a pen and paper when she wakes up and write her thoughts or draw or do whatever, but sit for at least 30 minutes. She's too suppressed and doesn't talk about her feelings a lot, but she does to me now. And the problem is that I feel like I'm the only source of her happiness, and it's not good for her only. On another note that I have been ignoring for so long, her way of loving is very suppressed and nonchalant. I'm not a very big fan of it. I compliment her every now and then, and I always mean it, but I don't think I've gotten any compliments back in about 5 months. My political thoughts don't align with her. I also felt unseen for a long time, and I still do now and then. But I hope you understand this is the least of my concern right now. I have always ignored this because I think somehow I will manage. And then maybe she doesn't like to say it, but maybe it's supposed to be understood. But after she told me yesterday that it's just me who she wants to talk to, I feel bad for her. Am I the asshole for breaking up with her because I've tried to help her every way, but she's too hopeless to get better? She lacks self-confidence, and I've been trying to help her since months, and I've got her to open up, but I feel like she doesn't want to get better. She has found comfort in misery. I feel selfish to say this, but now I feel like she doesn't want to grow. It's bad for both of us.
So basically has a pobrecita mindset. Somebody who just doesn't want to get helped.
Someone commented, your entire post is filled with reasons why you shouldn't be together.
Yeah, exactly. That.
Literally.
That.
I think, like, maybe she does have some, like, codependency issues, but, like, she also has a lot of mental health issues. Like, honestly, being with somebody when you guys have, like, mental health, like, it is very, I've been there. It is very difficult. That is very difficult. You both have to really want to
be together.
To be together and make it work. But, like, it is a lot. And, like, honestly, the whole, like, oh, my happiness is, like, relies on you. Like, you're the one that makes me happy. Like, that's crazy. That's a lot. That's a lot of pressure to put on somebody. Because your happiness is nobody else's responsibility but your own.
100%. The person that you choose to be with is just going to add on to your happiness. They're not supposed to be the whole existence of your happiness. They're supposed to be an add-on.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
I don't know, but even, like, and that's just, like, a few of the fucking issues. Then, like, you guys go into the fucking, like, you have different love languages, you have different political alignments, like...
Oh, me with the political alignments?
Dude, that would have been enough. No. That would have been enough for you.
We're done.
But, like...
I don't give a fuck. We're done.
But yeah, being with somebody who does, like, is going through these, like, mental... And honestly, you guys haven't even been together that long. And you guys are already going through all this.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe it's...
Like, maybe you guys...
not to be together?
Yeah, like, maybe you guys need a break.
Break up. Just break up. If it's meant to be, you'll find each other again.
You want to do the last one?
Yeah. Okay. Ready? Am I the asshole for calling my boyfriend's wife?
Oh, you already started. Yes, you're the asshole. You're the asshole. You know he has a wife and he's married.
I haven't read the story.
Girl, you don't even need to finish it. You don't need to finish it. Calling my boyfriend's wife? What the fuck? He's an asshole too.
Can I finish?
Okay.
Want to hear what the story? They gotta explain themselves, right?
Okay.
Ready? Met my 36-year-old. Well, first of all, don't know how to type. Me, 36-year-old female, met my boyfriend, 33 male, now ex, in November. We met in the wild, and he had no ring on.
In the wild?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
And said he was single. He went on a date that week, and we hit it off. He admitted that he was going through a divorce and has a 3-year-old, but they live in the neighboring state. I was caught off guard, but glad he was honest, and we continued dating. About a month into dating, I found out no one has actually filed for divorce, and his excuse is that he's waiting for her to file so she doesn't use his son as leverage. He would go see his son about once a month over the holidays, and I had no reason to suspect anything between him and his ex. I told him my deal breaker was that if he and she were to try to work things out together, I wanted to be out of the picture. He assured me they were sorting finances, child support, custody, etc., and the divorce was happening. Okay, I believed him. After 2 months, he was becoming exclusive sexually. We became exclusive sexually.
Okay.
Around this time, he tells me he wants to be more involved he wants me to be more involved with his son, so he's going to start FaceTiming at bath time to tuck him in and everything like that. So he just wants to call more, right? To his son. Okay, great. I love that. I did feel weird that he's always insisted on being in his room for the call and would always go back home if he were out. Because why does a 3-year-old care if you call from the car? He told me it was just because he wanted to avoid his ex from being in his business and starting arguments. Fast forward to March. We tell each other we love each other, and around that same time, the nightly phone calls to his son stop. And when I ask why, he again insists it's because the ex-wife is vindictive and doesn't let him talk to his son unless we're getting along, totally acting like she's using their son as a pawn. Finally, last week, after driving him to see his son 4 hours away, I felt weird about all the hiding me from his ex. I had enough. It's been almost 8 months of dating and there's no progression, and he's not really giving me any real information to rely on. We were talking about long-term life plans. He says he sees a future with me and we spend every day together, but I'm feeling in my gut that something's not adding up. So I called the wife. She confirms my feelings that they were never getting a divorce and that they didn't separate until March, 4 months after he and I started dating. And even then, no legal separation had been filed. All those phone calls to his son at night were really just to check in with her, in which he was pretending to her that he was calling before he fell asleep. But really, he was lying and going on dates with me or having me over. I spent every night with that man, save for maybe a week total, and I always gave him the trust and freedom to have the quality time with his son. He blames me for blowing his life up, but I don't see it that way. If I had called his wife and she confirmed they had been separated since November, there wouldn't be any problem. I do feel bad that this has caused a huge mess, but she didn't know about me, and I didn't know he was still playing house and sleeping with her. Am I the asshole? So now, from your initial, because you said yes, from the initial, just the wording.
And this is why it is, this is why you gotta be careful when you're dating someone who's not fully divorced.
Yeah. That's one of my things too.
Yeah, because like how many fucking people say they're getting a divorce or they're in the middle of a divorce, whatever, but they can't fucking show you the decree?
Yeah. No.
I just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how many fucking men have used that, or women too? Like, how many people have used that lie?
Oh, we're separating and we're gonna file for divorce. No. I need that divorce decree right now, or else we're not dating. Because it how many times has it not happened where they say that and they're still with with their spouse,
or they end up working it out,
and they end up working it out, and you're fucked.
No. So like, she's not an. I mean, the guy's definitely an asshole. Like, the guy's definitely an asshole.
He was playing both of them.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I don't want to say she's an asshole because like that. I just, you gotta be careful when.
Well, he said that they were separated, and she believed him.
But even then, like, that's what I'm like. I would literally be like, I need to see a fucking divorce decree.
No, me too. But like, that's what she didn't get with him, knowing that he was still with her.
Yeah.
She got with him, knowing that, under the impression that they were separated.
Yeah, but even then, like when you're dating, like, I don't know.
And there's children involved. Ooh, no.
Yeah.
No. That's sus, and he was always going home.
I just feel like, and also like, how many red flags were there? Like, she should have trusted her instincts, because she thought it was weird from like, stuff was sus. Like, I feel like you should have just trusted your instincts.
Yeah, honestly, your intuition. Como dice, your intuition doesn't lie. You gotta trust it. I don't know. I don't think she's an asshole. I think he's an asshole. I just think you had all the red flags laid out there, and you just still fell.
Yeah. But I don't think she's necessarily an asshole. It's just, I mean, good for her for like trying to like confirm, because obviously this man was flake as shit.
And then the guy still has the audacity to be like, "You're blowing up my life."
Yeah, sir, you blew up your own fucking life. So take some fucking accountability.
Yeah, you decided to cheat. You decided to destroy your marriage.
Yeah.
You decided to destroy another relationship. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no.
Anyways.
Okay, I say we wrap it up.
Yeah. It's a little short episode. We'll see you guys next week with, what is it called? Normal programming? Is that how you say it?
Back to regular scheduled program. I don't know.
Regular programming. Anyways. Don't forget to submit your Chisme description down below if you're watching YouTube. In the bio if you're on Instagram. So, yeah.
So
make sure to like, comment, subscribe.
There it is, guys.
Let us know what you think. Are they the asshole?
What kind of comments? What should the comment?
You should do the little face, the grinning face, like the
with the teeth.
Yeah, with the teeth. Like, you're in a sticky situation, or with the little sweat, like the little sweat, smiling.
All right, guys. Ahí los vamos a dejar. Que Dios los bendiga. Wait. Did you say don't forget to like, comment, subscribe?
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube, or if you're watching on YouTube, yeah. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, no, make sure to leave a 5-star review. Anything less,
you're gonna hit the DM.
You already no. Okay, pues ahí los vamos a dejar.
For real this time. Que Dios los bendiga.
Besitos.
Bye guys.